Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Thanks very much for watching. Let's see, today's date. It's May 4th of 2022, and it's almost midnight, so it's almost going to be May 5th. I really don't have any plan. I've moved a few things around. I'm rearranging things, changed some lighting, and not sure what I'm going to do. I pulled up 23andMe, an Ancestry thing you've probably heard of. My oldest daughter and her husband, they paid for us, my ex-wife and myself, LaDonna's parents, for us to do the Ancestry thing, so that so we would know, and so we could use it and enjoy it, I guess. But my daughter is interested in the Ancestry and in genetics a little bit, and wanted an idea of, her background. And so this shows me, I'm 99.8% European. I'm 99.8% Northwestern European, and 90.4% British and Irish. I know that my Irish family came from County Cork in Ireland, the Keegans. Let's see, I am 3.4% Scandinavian. I'm 3.3% French and German. And I'm actually, I think this is the first time I've really, maybe I didn't pay attention before, French. I was surprised, I haven't looked at this thing, and I do answer their questions when they send them, most of the time when they're doing some additional. But I am surprised that I'm only 3.3% German, because our family, Slotman, came from Germany. During World War II, my father's mother, her name was Slotman before she got married to Howard. And I can't remember the name. I'm not sure I even remember. Well, I was told it, I'm sure. But during World War II, my father's parents, my grandparents on my father's side, they had 3 daughters, and they had 7 sons. And my father was the only one who was not in the military during World War II. He and my mother, who I've always called all my life Jim and Betty, they went from Kansas City, Missouri, with me. I was born in March of 1941, and for the United States, World War II started in December of 1941. Therefore, I'm responsible for World War II. I throw that in, and people are scratching their head or whatever, and it's because the Republicans, President Reagan was President of the United States when communism collapsed in the USSR, and Republicans claim, well, Ronald Reagan You know, he was the one who brought down communism and all of that. And of course, well, I'm not going to go through how ridiculous that is, you know. All the presidents from, definitely from Harry Truman on, Democrats and Republicans and all the American people were responsible for, you know, spending so much money, I guess. No, you know, for the Warsaw Pact and all that type of stuff, you know, from the beginning, the entire nation, and, you know, the presidents all down the line, and especially Harry Truman, but well, especially Harry Truman, President Harry Truman. Big, you know, the Truman Plan, what was the name of the, named after, oh, can't remember. Anyway, but, so I always have to throw in that little thing about, you know, I'm responsible for World War II, you know. So I'm surprised that we're only 3.3. Oh, anyway, during World War II, my father's father, he would, I guess, be sitting out on the porch. Anyway, my father had 6 brothers. One was in the Marine Corps. I know one was in the Navy. I know at least one because I remember I see, you know, the uniform, or the Army. I'm not sure. I think the one, Joe, I think he was the oldest son. And I think he had something to do with the Red Ball Express or whatever that was, you know, hauling supplies and things that were following the troops, you know. And my Uncle Vince, you know, he was, like I said, in the Marine Corps, and he fought in the Pacific Islands a lot, and he came back a broken man. You know, using it as a flamethrower, the things that he saw and the things that he did, he came back like a lot of people have, you know, around the world, you know. Anyway, finish, I'm a 0.1% finish. Let's see, do we go to the next page or whatever? See if I push plus, what happens here. Oh, that's just, I guess, never mind. Okay. Health and, let's see. Health and traits overview, is this it? For my heart health, there's 3 genetic reports. Sleep quality, there's 3 genetic reports. There's, by the way, I'll put a link below for this 23andMe. And if you sign up for it, I get a small commission or something. And it doesn't cost you anything, so. Sleep quality, health predisposed positions. There's 14 reports there. Carrier status, view 45 reports. Wellness, traits. This might be interesting to look at. Or not all of it, but let's see. Predisposition. Genetic factors that may influence your chance of developing certain health conditions. Okay, let's see what pops up here. Okay, alpha-1 anti-dyspispian deficiency. Variant detected, not likely at risk. Okay, I thought this was cardiac disease, but it's CELIAC disease. Well, I wonder if I click on it, if it tells us. Slightly increased risk. I'll click on that, see if it... It's okay. It's a disease. It's an autoimmune condition in which the consumption of gluten found in wheat, barley, and rye can result in damage to the small intestine, can lead to both digestive and non-digestive problems. The test includes 2 common variants. Okay. Jim, you have one of the 2 genetic variants we tested. People with this results have a slightly increased risk of developing select disease. Lifestyle and other factors can also influence your risk. How to use this test. Intended use, limitations. Okay. You have slightly increased risk. Let's see. Okay, there's a lot of information here. Let's go back. See if I click the arrow back. And if we get back to wherever we... Okay. Let's see. Okay. Late onset of Alzheimer's disease. Oh, I didn't know it was late onset. I've seen this data before, but maybe they've added... because I think I'm 81. I can't keep track of it. If you've noticed, there's some of my videos, by the way, more than one, where I say that I'm 90 years old or 91 or something like that. And but my mother had Alzheimer's. Okay, Alzheimer's disease is characterized by memory loss, cognitive decline, and personality changes. Late onset Alzheimer's disease is the most common form of Alzheimer's disease, developing after age 65. Many factors, include genetics, can increase a person's chances of developing the condition. The test includes the most common blah, 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 blah. Jim, you have 1 copy of the E4 variant we tested. People with this variant have a slightly increased risk of developing late Alzheimer's disease. Lifestyle, environment, and other factors can also affect. Okay. Let's see, home, ancestry, Anyway, let's go back to home here. And, okay, let's go with coronary artery disease. Actually, I don't think I have coronary artery. I have complete heart block, have a pacemaker, but I don't think I actually have coronary artery disease. Remember one time I had a stress test done, not for very long. My heart rate, everything went so high that the cardiologist stopped the test, thank God, because I thought I was going to die. That's where you run on like a treadmill, but they keep increasing it up. And wow. And he said at that time I was working, I'm not sure what they, see, I quit in 2000, the hospital. So that'd have been like in the late 1990s or something like that. And the cardiologist said, this is a sign that, you're not in condition. You haven't been exercising. You haven't been doing what you need to, to do. I thought I worked, all my life, always had a job, and for many, many years I had 2 jobs, full-time job, part-time job. So, okay, let's go with, I kind of wonder about, by the way, I haven't been here in a while. What did I say, Parkinson's? I, for quite a while, have I have my hand, I'll be using the mouse, and then my hand like goes down, and sometimes it disconnects. I mean, I leave the page. It's like it's kind of a pain in the butt. Doesn't do it all the time, but from time to time. And of course, I'm sitting here a lot at doing this, so let's see. Here's something. Let's see. Okay, where's the information that they... Anyway, I see this is something that's extra, or, well, you get a bunch of it for free, but then there you can go and get more information. Basic ancestry reports is what you get, basic DNA, basics health, and then the rest of these things are, is it $29 extra a year? Okay, it's a year. Okay, I think you're probably bored by this by now, so let's go to, no, I want to go to CNN. The economy is really hurting President, Biden, really there's a lot that the president can't do, but the presidents, all of them, not just Biden, but the presidents get blamed, for high gas prices or inflation and a whole bunch of things, Wow, that corrections officer in Alabama, that helped the prisoner escape, and he's a bad dude. Also a big guy. I don't know how big he is, but because I saw some, you probably did too, he's a big guy. And he's a real conniver, because I saw a little bit of like his past history. And, he was in prison for murder, and he was in, of course, a state prison, because he was a murderer. And he wanted out of the state prison because he didn't like it, and he wanted to go to this prison in Alabama, or the sheriff's department or whatever. And so he told the authorities or whatever, if you move me, I'll tell you about a murder that's, and I'm not sure what else he said, like, where the body is or something in Alabama. And so they moved him. But anyway, she was having, I'm sure, a relationship with him in the prison, that she was like the assistant manager of the place or something rather. And she had been for 16 years. So anyway, she was having a relationship with this prisoner. So she put in for retirement after she'd been there 16 years. She put in for retirement the day before she got him out of the prison. And now the news is that she also had sold her house a few days before. So I don't see how that they think, well, he may have killed her. She got him out, and he may have looked at her like, well, she's a liability now. But on the other hand, if she's somehow tried to set up this money, of course that'll be if she's going to try to get her retirement money and get her money from the, well, if she sold the house, she would have got the money right away. Yeah. She sold her house for half its value, and she announced that she was retiring before she disappeared. But I bet you, let's see, I bet you they, if I click here, they'll show his picture, him standing or something with her. He's really big. And see Is this a video or just a picture? I think it's a video. I'm waiting for it. Okay. Okay, here we go.
A missing Alabama corrections officer who was accused of helping a murder suspect escape from jail last week had a special relationship with him, according to the sheriff. Those are his words. A warrant has been issued for Vicky White's arrest. The sheriff said he would be surprised if she and the suspect are still in the state. Ryan Young is in Florence, Alabama, tracking the latest developments. Special relationship, Ryan? What's the...
Oh, come on. We know a special relationship. I can understand why they can't say it, you know. In case it's not true, but, you know, we know it's true. As soon as this happened, I was telling somebody exactly, you know, about a special, except I didn't say special relationship, you know. And, the Satanic Temple requests that Boston fly its flag after the Supreme Court ruling. I think the Supreme Court ruled that the satanic flag or whatever, or anything like that, is an expression of free speech. And so I think it was, I forget what, I think it was a federal building, you know. They ruled that, you know, well, no, you can't, you know, can't fly that flag. And then that went to the Supreme Court and they ruled, no, that's free speech. I disagree. I think the Supreme Court or Congress or places like that, you know, they should be and are, I'm sure, you know, flying the American flag. They should not be flying the, even if it's in the South, they shouldn't be flying the Confederate flag or whatever you want to call it, you know, their war flag or whatever. Shouldn't be, you know, just keep it the American flag and the, you know, the state flag. American flag flying highest and the state flag flying, you know, flying. But now on other places, I'm not sure what the, you know, the thing, it would depend on the situation, you know. But anybody who attacks the Congress of the United States and goes in there and takes in the Confederate flag, of course it's not a, you know, I think that ought to be, you know, well, life in prison. That's really honesty, you know. I really, you know, unless the person is retarded or something, you know. But that's not going. We have military bases named after, you know, Confederate generals and stuff like that. Anyway, wow, here's something. I didn't read it. I'm not going to. An 8-month-old baby died in a hot car after her father's arrest. That's in Georgia. I'm not even going to read it. That's just too tragic. I hope some police officers didn't, you know, I hope that the father didn't say, hey, you know, I'm not sure if he got arrested inside and the kid was out, well, you know, but set in a car. You know, I hope the father didn't say, my daughter, she's in, you know. You know, I don't think the police would be that, you know, well, you don't know. Let's see. By the way, I'm reading the, oh, by the way, David Chappelle released a statement. Did you hear about that? The comedian? I really like him. He's really talented, and he just does, you know, excellent work. You know, it's not just his presentation, but everything is just really classic. I remember watching one of his Netflix videos or whatever where he talked about that somebody, he's black, and somebody threw a banana peel at him, and he talked about that. It was funny. But here a guy, I guess David Chappelle had just finished his act, and he, I think, walked back in order to introduce a musical group or something that was coming on. And a guy that was sitting in a seat in the audience jumped up on, and I think somebody said he was like third or fourth row, because the guy telling was sitting like almost behind him or something. Said this guy ran up, jumped up on the stage, and then all the way to like the back, and security, finally they got him back there after he knocked, David Chappelle down. So. And I remember in one, maybe the same thing where he was talking about David Chappelle, said that a woman ran towards him, but she didn't in the past, when he was doing his show, doing a show or a comedy routine or whatever, and security got her right at the before she could get up on the stage. I remember him joking, I forget how it went, but that he was going to knock her down or do something or other. Well, anyway, things are pretty stressful here for all of us. Things have not improved. The other day I had to call again 911. Is that what yeah, can't remember. Anyway, I had to call, and the recording answered, this is 911 or whatever, all lines are busy, please do not hang up. And they just kept repeating that. And I think it was at least 2 minutes, but let's say 2 minutes of that recording. That should not be, because it seemed like longer than 2 minutes. There's more, a little bit more, but I really shouldn't be saying anything. And I'm thinking about going back and just deleting, if I knew which, maybe I'll just go back and delete. I don't know. Let's see, it's been okay, almost 30 minutes, so what else do I want to pull up? Oh, I will put the link below. I may not get it done. I may just upload this, and then it's after midnight. Things are quiet here right now. I may just go to bed and then add the link for signing up and getting Ancestry.com or whatever it's called. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching.